Clash of Clans, Episode 2. And we're back! Clash of Clans Podcast.com.
Hey, everybody.
Clash of Clans for the fans in the stands. I'm sitting here live in the sound studio at KBSMT Radio. That's Scotty's Basement. And I'm here with that not a hottie who won't go potty without his 9-gauge shotty, Scotty! And it's me, your pal, Biggity Boneyard. Recently back from my trip to the Valley of the Dead, sick as a dog.
He is up and walking, everyone.
So let me apologize right now if you hear me wheezing or coughing on the podcast. We'll try to cut all that out.
So what happened?
Oh man, it was a rough Sunday night of poker. Actually, had 15 people playing at 2 tables for the first time in 10 years. Had 2 tables going, the JV table and the varsity table.
Very
but
nice.
We were up late. I woke up Monday, didn't feel good, and by Monday night I was pretty ill. Went to work and got up at, I don't know, I was up all night long and I threw up. And before, right at 6 when my replacement got there, I bugged out and didn't go to work for 4 days. Lost 10 pounds in 4 days.
Wow, what a nice diet.
Yeah, that's the flu diet. Go for it.
The flu diet. All right.
Yeah, go to the hospital, get coughed in your face a couple times. You'll be you lose weight real fast.
Well, we were planning to do the podcast last week, and Boneyard just went down, and man, did he sound like shit. So here we are. We're going to do a double feature today. We're going to do episodes 2 and 3. So both will be posted, and we'll be back on our regular schedule. Which you can now get from iTunes or directly from ClashClansPodcast.com.
Tell us all about that. Tell us all about here we're getting some hits. People.
Yeah. I've been looking at the statistics, and we are getting hits from all over the world: China, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, India, Germany, Italy, Portugal, and of course the United States. But Brazil, yeah,
and Brazil. There we go.
I've been watching. I'm thinking, oh God, when's South America going to chime in here?
Well, hey, the girls in Reno can come and do our clan anytime.
All right. So it's been going good. It is up on iTunes. Like I said, the album artwork hasn't been up there yet. Apparently there's some glitch with iTunes, so waiting to get that figured out and fixed. But other than that, we are off and running worldwide. Scotty and Boneyard hanging out in the world-class podcast studio basement. Yeah, so.
Well, Scotty, let me ask me how you've been here in the last couple of weeks. What's new with your setup? Anything?
Yeah. I think last time we talked, I was in the middle of all the pump mine upgrades.
Yes.
Frustrating, horrible time.
40 days of upgrading that it was going to take you.
Yeah, and so, and I was being conservative on that, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go for it, and then I'm going to break off. But of course, a couple times got busy over the weekend and everything. And so instead of finishing out, or starting to upgrade a defense, I just started up a mine just in the meantime. And it actually, now I can safely say that I'm 7 days away at the most from being completely upgraded on everything. But man, what a difference it makes. As soon as those elixir pumps all hit the max level, it's like it's so much easier to accumulate.
I have to tell you that not very long after our last time together, my last mine and pump completed, and I've been sitting at all 12 of them at 100% for the whole week now, and it's really been making me some money.
It's fantastic. Yeah, and that is, I guess, one of the biggest mistakes that I made is not doing that right away. And so I saw that coming right at the beginning. Is just you got to get those things maxed out because you can, and it doesn't cost very much. No, and at the beginning I'm thinking
it costs a lot of time, but it doesn't cost a lot of gold or elixir to get them there.
No, and that's what's nice.
One was only 300 or something like that.
Yeah, so it was. That's something. I hit level 73, almost 74 now.
Wow.
And man, if I would have done that way back, just sacrificed that time and just done it all of these months and all of these days, it would have really added up,
Well, but then something else wouldn't have been there, man. It's not like you weren't doing it. The time's in there somewhere.
Right.
Like you've got some pretty high level defenses where I don't.
Right. Well,
all my storages, all 6 storages are at level 11, and plus all 12 of those things. So I'm done with that.
Yeah. See, and I've only done the 2 storage. I haven't upgraded storage until I am ready or need beyond that 4 million. I've got the 2 maxed out because then you have to put them someplace, and I already have a hard time putting those 2
Yeah, yeah,
of each.
we do have different setups. Mine is all 6 storages, um, a mortar, the dark storage, and my clan castle are all in the dead center. And I like having them all leveled up because it does split it up.
Right.
Splits up your big chunk. You know, if you have a smaller one, well, it's just going to be full. And now the fourth, the seventh and eighth, the fourth one of each that I'll get at level 9, town hall level 9. I'm not going to soup those up at all. I'm going to keep those pretty low and use them as a decoy. I'm going to put them down there with my town hall.
Very cool.
And leave that outside the walls, and the people can go after that junk.
Yeah. Well, and you gave me a lot of great tips, and I think talking about the defense, we'll come up to that because we're going to talk about loot today, which is one of the biggest questions that I wondered and that people ask. So when you say that about the, I have my defenses, a lot of the times it might not have mattered. We'll get into that.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
So this came up this week, and I just want to give a shout out to Sir Titus, I believe his name is, who came in. I was at work yesterday. I happened to be on Clash of Clans, just checking in.
At work, yeah. Just happened.
just checking in, and there's a friend request, or not a friend request, a request to join the clan, and said, "Hey, I listened to the podcast. Can I join?" And he was at the level we would have probably accepted. So I accepted him. Then his friend tried to get in, and Boots rejected him. And so, I thought a lot about after it. He ended up leaving a little bit later. I suppose it's probably because his friend couldn't join as well.
Sure.
Totally understandable. But I realized that there's a conflict of interest. So me and Boneyard have come up with a new policy for ourselves.
Yeah, we are not going to be accepting or rejecting anybody into our clan. It's all up to everybody else.
Yeah,
and you guys can do whatever they want. One of the key things I think is that we've decided as a clan is that pretty much it's only people from Minnesota.
Right.
Only people from Minnesota can get into the clan in the first place. But even people that say, "Hey, we want to come in. We've heard the podcast." They can decide.
Yeah. So we don't want to be the asshole that rejects somebody and somebody likes the podcast, and then you go and you go try to get into
by Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so
what a dick.
So we just want to avoid that situation entirely. Our clan's usually pretty full. Awesome clan. But if you try and you get rejected, please know it's not us. We won't give any advice. We won't accept. We won't reject. So we're taking our hands off the buzzer. So please know that.
Yeah. Yes, Sir Titus.
Yeah. No, yeah. He was awesome. It was really cool to see somebody from outside that listened to the podcast.
Somebody's listening to it, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Grandma, Mom, my whole family out there who have traveled all over the world to download the podcast. I really appreciate it. So
I listened to it with a friend of ours on the way back from the cities on Sunday, and he's like, "Well, it's pretty cool, but I don't have any idea what you're talking about because I've never played this Clash of Clans game." So it was pretty nerdy listening to it with somebody who doesn't have any idea what I'm talking about. But you all know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
So to everybody else, we're speaking a foreign language, but we got. Boneyard's got the voice that drive women crazy.
Nerdy night. We got it, baby. We got it all night long.
All right. So what do you think, Boneyard? Let's get into, I guess maybe I should give a little bit of update on the last podcast. I accepted the Revenge Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And failed.
How did Revenge? Oh, yeah.
I failed miserably. And here's the problem is, and we will talk about this on strategies coming up. But I would look at those, go visit first of all, and they were level 80s, level 85s who had attacked me. So I waited and I checked and I tried and I actually did I think 3 total revenges.
What?
You know,
much of a challenge.
no,
Acceptance.
no, and but you know, it was. I tried. I looked. You know, halfway through, I forgot that I was supposed to be trying and looking. So I failed. I will continue.
All right.
So-
Well, and another thing, probably part of that is that all these higher level guys have attacked you. When I did my revenge, went through and did the purge on revenging. When I went down to trophy level 500 and sat there and then just went through and revenged everybody, it was my entire list of people that had ever attacked me,
Oh.
and they were ranging in scale all over the place. And so I could attack. You know, it didn't matter how many trophies they had. Some of them hadn't. You know, way back when they attacked me, and we were both at low levels. Well, I have surpassed them.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm moving up faster than they are. So even though they have more stuff, but not enough to.
So maybe I should do that. Go back in time and look to see.
Go back. Yeah, scroll all the way down to the very bottom. Start down there.
Wow.
That's why I moved from the bottom up, and I just attacked everybody.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yeah.
Coming back, you thought you lost me. So yeah, so I will continue to try that. So the biggest question that I see on our clan discussion boards, and I think we've talked about, and a lot of people have not had the answers to, specifically, the question of how much can people steal from you when you get raided?
Loot. We have here
the manual.
A
leaked internal document from Supercell. No, just kidding.
a whole lot of math on here too on this piece of paper.
So we're going to go through this. This comes from the Clash of Clans wiki, which is a fantastic resource, and there's a lot of reasons for that. You know, if you got everything upgrading and you want to know what's next and how much it's going to cost, and you can't look at it,
Sure.
You can go look at the wiki and it's going to tell you, what the next level is, how much it costs.
I don't know what that is. What's a wiki?
Oh God, we don't have all the.
Is that the Wikipedia thing?
It's very similar.
Okay.
It's a wiki all about Clash of Clans. So it has all that information. Actually, it's fantastic and scary at the same time. It breaks it down by time, how much it's in gems it would cost you if you just did straight gems. It's nuts. So it was a little scary looking at it and realizing how many hours actually go into upgrading, something from beginning to end.
Yeah. I'm sure I wouldn't want to look at it because
a little overwhelming.
It's going to show how many hours I've been staring at this thing.
Yeah, I know, scary stuff. So here it is. Loot.
Well, let's start here. I know where to start. We all know that there's 1,000 of each resource inside a town hall. It might as well be nothing because 1,000 gold doesn't even shine my barbarian king's boots. So inside the town hall,
those little servants running around are very expensive.
We know that's there. We don't even need to mention it again. We know it's
okay. So,
and the percentage of gold and elixir that can be stolen from mines and pumps is 50%. That's
straight across the board. So you've got it's sitting there for 5 hours, 10 hours. They'll get half of whatever you have sitting in those storage units.
Not in the storage units.
Right,
in the pumps in the mines.
In the pumps in the mines.
So all 12 of those jobs. And what a mine hold? 150,000.
Yeah, so you can make a lot of money from the pumps
and a whole lot.
And we'll get into that a lot when we're talking about strategy and stuff.
450K of each or something like that.
Yeah. So and I think the question last night. Well, there's more here. There's more here.
So that's town hall and the mines and pumps. Now let's talk about the percentages of what we can get out of those storage units.
Okay, storage units, you get 25%, and it's capped at 198,000.
That's of each.
Of each. Okay. So no matter what, you whatever you have in there, they cannot take more than, of course, and then there's a couple exceptions coming up that we're going to talk about.
Modifiers to it.
They can't take more than 198,000 out of your storage unit for each of the resources
they can get. So, and that's 25%.
So we're looking at about 800,000.
800,000 you have.
Yeah. So if you've got in your storage units something over 800,000, they can always take 198,000 of that.
Okay.
Okay. So, and last week we talked about the idea of hiding elixir
Sure.
in
Your barracks.
the barracks, with the bombers. So, and I think on the last count, I think I hit over $400,000 or 400,000 elixir.
Right.
And so what this really means, the real implication of this is that if you want to hide your bombers, only do it if it's going to bring your total lower than 800K elixir.
Yeah. And with my, if I had 800K of each, well, yeah, they would come after it. I mean, if I had 200,
well, yeah, because they're going to
200 plus available of each, people come after me.
Well, somebody's going to walk in there with you having 800K, and they're going to see 198 as something that they could possibly steal.
Yeah, and I would go for it. That's definitely a big target.
Oh yeah, totally in the range.
Worth getting half of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I loved about this, finding this out, was okay. So if you're over a certain limit and you can't hide that elixir and bombers in the barracks, you don't even need to worry about it. Don't even bother with it.
So it seems like it's more for lower level guys, or if that's all you have is 400K, and you need to hide it, and you're right at a level where you need to.
Yeah, well, I went last night and I got my research. Went and started researching the rage spell, the next to the next level, and I think I had about 700K in elixir sitting there, and so I hid bombers in my barracks, which brought me down to almost 200K, which means they're only going to take 50K out of there. Right. So then that makes sense, because then all night long, unless they raid way later when they can see that I've got 50%, they're going to get out of my pumps or whatever. So that's a freeing thing, because here's me sitting there going, all right, I got to get up there to do this upgrade, and if I don't do it all in one day, because I'm thinking about down the road going for the level 9 town hall, which I've held off on. I don't have to do it all in one day. So, cause I'm not thinking, oh God, 25%, they're going to be able to take 1 million of my gold.
Yeah,
so
no, just the 200K.
Just the 200K. So,
and if somebody comes in and is able to take 200K off me, I will definitely get a 16-hour shield.
Right.
It's going to be murder. If they're going to come in and actually wipe out everything, they're going to have to wipe me out completely.
And if you've got your pumps already upgraded and you sat for 10 hours, you'd have that back.
Yeah.
All that money. So,
man, I'll just go get it from the nerds.
Yeah.
Go attack them. Take like an hour. Go find some little noobs out.
I'd love to hear from anybody that has attacked Boneyard,
or attacked by Boneyard,
or has been attacked by Boneyard. You can email us at clashclanspodcast.com.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Scotty and Boneyard if you get attacked by him.
Scotty 827.
I'd like to hear some feedback on
the victory or the defeat.
Well, yeah, usually it's I'm wiping people out, but
sitting down at 400 trophies.
They had so much, they had like 300K of each available.
I was pretty
I had to go after it, but I only got like 50K of each out of it, and I used everything.
Well, and I was really proud of you. I saw you were sitting at 1,100 trophies the other day. And I thought, what is he doing? He must be sick.
I am at 1,255 right now.
Whoa, what's brought you out of the...
I was, I only have 800 gold and 500 elixir. I don't have a whole lot, I don't have that much. And that's just from collecting from mines in the last 2 days. I needed to get a whole bunch of stuff to do some upgrades. So I was just banging away, killing nerds. And I got my trophies way up there. And I'm like, I'll just leave them up there because I spent everything. Yeah. And I had nothing worth coming after, so nobody attacked me. And after a little while, somebody did take out my town hall, which gave me a shield.
Nice.
And so that happened a couple of times, and now
you've just been climbing
back up to 500,000 on each one, and yeah, it's a target, but I don't know who's going to come after it.
Okay, so that being said. Nerds. Boneyard breaking 1,000. Oh man, it's a whole new
I was
crazy
trying to get up
thing.
to 1,300, and then that was the guy that I lost to, and I lost 30 30 of them. But anyway.
So, okay. So basically, then boiled down, it is 25% of whatever you have in your storage for gold and dark elixir.
And just regular elixir.
Or gold and elixir,
Yeah.
sorry. 25% of the storage and 50% of whatever has been made since the time you collected last until somebody attacks you. Okay. And 1,000 from the town hall. So with this, the most that anybody can steal from you is if your mines and pumps are full, your storage is full, is 649,000.
Now, how did you figure that out? Now we have 6. Now you have 75K here. Oh, it's because it's half, right?
Yeah, it's half of the total amount. So it's 198 plus 6 times for the pump.
Yep. 75 you can get of each.
Each. And it comes out to 650K. So a full camp. If you walked in and you saw that somebody was sitting there with 649, you're going to know exactly the makeup of that camp.
They have no room for anything. Everything's totally full, and you would go for it.
Yeah,
I don't care who it is.
Even if you got a half of
even if you guys only defeated one pump and got wiped out, you're still going to get 75K. That'll pay for your army.
Yeah, exactly. Except for then they'll come revenge you and crush the living.
And it'll be funny, and they won't get nothing back. They won't get anywhere near what you took from them.
Okay, so and then
650,000 of each.
That would be the max that you could get. There's one more conditional thing that we'll talk about.
Modifiers are still coming up. This is straight up poop.
But if you saw that would be ultimate.
No, I would. It would be crazy.
And the clan was talking last night. Somebody said, has anybody ever taken over 800K? Which means, between
all of the stuff.
Between the stuff, and a couple people had seen 800K twice or 3 times, but not often. And so that's sitting at the real high point. So somebody was doing that.
All right, well, let's go into the modifiers then. The modifiers are modified by the level of your town hall versus their town hall. So it's if you're evenly matched, you're going to get 100% of that original thing.
Yeah. So
there's no modifier. Basically, if you're if you're attacking somebody if you're one level above, one level below, or equal, it's what we said earlier. It's 25% and 50%. And it's the 190K cap. If you're fighting somebody at the same level as you, one level above or one level below.
Yeah. So if I'm sitting at level 8 town hall, if I tackle level 7,
you know what? Me too. I'm a level 8 town hall. You know what I just realized is that I can never get more than just 100%. I will never get the 125 or the 150.
No,
because level 9 is the top end.
Right, which is coming up.
Yeah.
But see, because when we talked about this podcast, I said this is going to be a big topic because there's a lot of implications with this for a lot of different players. So one level above, one level below, I would get 100% of that. And of course it's not going to show up and say, okay, this is how much you can get, but you can't take all that. It's just going to, when they say what is available, that's going to be factored in. So if you are level 8 like me, if I come up to a level 7 or level 9 town hall, I'm just going to get the standard.
The most you can get is 198, or the most you can get is your 650. What we figured out, 198 plus a 75 on it. That's the max you can get.
Right. And so here is what's going to affect somebody like Boneyard, who likes to hang around down in below 500.
Trophies,
because when you come up against a town hall, someone that's at town hall, you are going to take a penalty. You come up against somebody with a town hall 2 levels lower than you, you're going to take a 50% penalty. So the max you could get in that same situation would be 325K approximately.
Boo.
Yeah. So, and then it goes,
that's.
And then when it goes to town hall 3 levels lower than you. So if I'm at level 8, I'm attacking a level 5, I'm only going to be able to get 25% of that. So you see when you start going down. So I suppose that helps. And then for level that's 4 below you. So if I was attacking a level 4 um, town hall, level 8, I'm going to only get 5%.
5% of the
650
650 is possible.
Of the possibility. Of the absolute max possibility.
Now, I'll tell you what, I never said there was a lot of loot down there. I just like beating people up easily.
Right.
And there's, get your defeats and get your licks in and kill those builders, kill those town halls, which I have to, destroy like 5,000 of them in the next, I've got 10 months. How long have I been playing this thing?
I know. It's crazy.
Until I get those achievements.
Yeah. I've been clearing those achievements too. So that is, in a nutshell, what the breakdown of how the loot can be distributed. So,
well, there's also 2 more modifiers now. If you're back down there and you guys are starting out in your level, you got your town hall at say a level 5. Still, town hall is still at a level 5, and you want to attack somebody who's 2 levels above you. You get 125% of that 650 number.
Yeah. So if you're going for people up above you, you've got a strong army. You go for you're at level 7, you attack a level 9, and you win. You have a 25% increase in the amount that you can get.
Well, at level 9, you'd have a 50% increase. Because I'm talking about a guy with a level 5.
Okay, level 5.
If you attack somebody 2 levels above, which is level 7, you get 125%. You get an extra 25%, and it's level 3 or more. So if you're level 5, it's level 8 and 9.
Yeah. So if you level 5 attacks a level 8, has all the max loot, you could get up to $1 million on one hit. Wow. So the implications of all this are kind of crazy, right?
But that's nearly impossible at a level 5 because you would have. Okay, so level 6 is the highest level you can have and still get your 150%.
Yeah.
Because it's up to then it's 9 you got to attack a level 9. And at level 6, I don't even think you can have level.
Well, there are some really bad level 9 town hall camps out there, and we were talking about this before we started.
That's the reverse of that. Those are those idiots that jump their way all the way up to level 9 before they realize what they're doing and how much it costs to attack people at level 9, and the fact that you just.
Well, didn't you say you saw a level 9 last night that had wooden walls?
Yeah, this guy. It was a guy that was a big old black town hall level 9. It looked cool, and the guy still had all of his trees and rocks in his board. And he didn't even have all of his wizard towers built, and it wasn't even all the stuff wasn't even out there. And he still had wooden walls and a couple of cement walls. And I took a picture of it to show Scotty, like, look at this idiot. Like, why did you do that? You just spent all your gems. And the reason it stuck out was because he had all the flags. He paid gems for all the flags and didn't do any of the other stuff that he needed to do, clear out the rocks and all that other crap.
Wanted to decorate.
Yeah, he just wanted to put all the flags out there, and it was like, I don't think you understand what you're doing.
Well, and you
spend all your gems on flags, you dummy.
And see, and I almost Nelson talked me out of it, but I almost went up for the level 9, and now I'm starting to think about it. It's like, well,
I wish I would have stayed down at level 8.
Yeah,
or level 7.
That would have been a nice spot because you could be making a lot more because you run into these level 9 town halls where you think, okay, I get to get more resources and I get to them. Yeah, and you don't have enough money to go through and upgrade everything, and so taking your time is important, and as these figures would show you, hey, it's actually worth your while.
Definitely worth your while for the players that are coming up to stay at whatever level with your town hall until you've got everything upgraded. Upgrade everything you can until you can't.
Because people are going to take less from you that come and attack you, that drop down.
They can't take as much from you, all the bigger guys that you want to fight.
Yeah, and you'll be able to.
There's one statistic on here that says the important implication. A town hall level 7 attacker may win 125% of loot from a town hall level 9, but the level 9 guy can only win 50% of the loot from level 7.
Yeah.
So he can't even get back what you stole from him.
Right. So that's a really good point. So there is a lot of strategic advantage to staying at the level that you're at till everything's upgraded. I went for that level 8. I almost went for that level 9 because I wanted the higher troops. Nelson talked me out of it. And he said, because everything costs more. And every time you upgrade, that army costs more money to send into battle to get the troops in the first place.
And when you're trying to troll through through different camps to find somebody to attack, looking for that big payday. It adds up.
Right. And, and imagine now, because with your strategy of dropping trophies and getting down there and getting the loot, at a level 9, you would be making a lot less money dropping trophies to get down there and
dropping
raid
trophies
other
is
people.
Expensive. It really is not a, well,
You'd be spending more on battles, and then you would be not getting as much loot from the people that you were attacking with lower trophy numbers.
Well, and the trade-off is if you have a bunch of gear, you got a bunch of gold, bunch of elixir, you drop those trophies, and you need to hide it for a while.
Right.
You drop all those trophies down to 500 and sit there, and nobody will attack you.
Right. Or you'd be at level, theoretically, you'd be at people with town halls that are lower, and your defenses should be stronger.
Yeah, they wouldn't attack you, and you can hide out down there with that, and if you have a 3 mil of each and you need to wait on it for 2 days, duck out down there. Yeah. Because the hit you'll take from somebody attacking you and wiping you out 2 or 3 times even is way more than dropping trophies and making the guys. It's right.
Hopefully, sitting down there, you're not gonna have somebody more powerful come in and wipe you out.
Spend an army to get back all those trophies back.
Yeah,
and you don't get a whole lot of return. Even wiping a guy out 100%, you don't get a whole lot of return, as we've just shown here.
Yeah,
fighting those little town halls.
So I think and we're gonna wrap this up pretty quick and then move on. But just the second
dark elixir on there.
The dark elixir, you get 5% from storages. Okay, so you get relatively not very much out of the storage, but you get 75% out of the pumps. So when you see that sitting there,
hit the pumps.
Hit the pumps. It's a very hidden thing.
If you see the dark elixir is available, hit the pump.
Yeah, because a lot of times they max out at I think right now mine's at 8 hours. If I do not collect it after 8 hours, I max out at 240. I'm at a level 2 dark elixir pump.
I'm in the same spot. Yep.
Yeah.
8 hours. Yeah.
So if you've seen somebody sitting there, and we'll talk about tactics, and this will
8 hours while playing this game. I don't.
I sleep. I work. Well, especially if I got a shield, I'll let it run if I've got stuff to do. True. I gotta, So if I'm not gonna, if I've got hit really bad, I'm not gonna go right back in if I'm waiting to make money, because otherwise they could just take another 200K from me.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the thing with dark elixir, and we're going to talk about on the next podcast strategies for how we approach camps, how we fight,
how we slay nerds, son.
Going into battle. Yeah. Like the nerd, it's like, just get the self-esteem rush from these battles.
Oh yeah, I love doing
strutting around the house. There's Boneyard.
I can't wait for you to replay that.
I have never thought that.
All these double walls all over the thing, and there's one glaring hole, and I'm gonna send in 120 barbarians right through there. Mob them, everybody.
What are you strutting about, Boneyard? I just clash some clans. So, just to recap, everybody, I think this has been pretty informational. I know that when I found this, and I would highly recommend checking out the wiki when you have questions like this. I will put up the link on the website, clashofclanspodcast.com. If you're listening to this on iTunes, please rate us. Please give us a review in there, even if you hate us. We'd like to hear from you, or send emails to clashofclanspodcast.com.
We do take constructive criticism well.
Yes.
And/or we'll start a hate war.
Yeah.
Let's do that too.
So we'll find you in Clash of Clans. We will search the ranks for you and probably unsuccessfully attack you. No. So 25% from storage, 50% from.
Recap. All right.
Yep. Recap. Boneyard, do you want to do this?
Recap. You got a grand of each inside the town hall. So what? 50% of your mines and your pumps you can get taken. So check them often and check them.
Yeah. And even if you got a shield, just update it, because you never know.
Pop on, collect it up. Don't let it sit there. And then the whole situation for the storage containers is 25% capped out at 198, and then there's modifiers to that. You can get a little more if you're attacking people that are much higher level than you, and you're going to get less than that if you're attacking the noobs
The noobs.
and the little guys, which is still fun because you can still.
So if you're new,
Mossberg.
don't rush to get that level 9 town hall.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it.
After reading that is the worst decision people can make. And I ran into a level 9 town hall last night that had crappy walls, things not maxed out, but a level 5 could walk in there probably and kick the crap out of them and make a ton of money.
Yeah, so you new guys coming up that are in the middle there, stick around there.
Yeah.
Stay at a level 7 as long as you can until you have to,
right.
Everything's full and you have to move up.
Right.
And you can get, your all your storage units up to level 11 at Town Hall level 7. So you can hold a ton.
Right.
And you can hang out there, and then when it's finally time, you can fill them up and then upgrade that town hall, and you'll have a bunch of elixir and gold to start all the new stuff that you get to do.
All right.
New walls and new junk.
Okay. And so dark elixir?
Dark elixir, hit the drills. Go after the drills. That's where the most of the stuff is.
You're gonna get 75% of whatever's sitting in there. And you're gonna get only 5% of what's in that container.
Yeah, the storage container, so don't even bother.
Yeah. So there your target.
That, I'm going to move mine, actually. That's my next new thing. I get to take that right out of there. Make it. Yeah. I'm going to make it a target.
You know what? I'm going to do that too. That's a really good idea.
Yep.
All right. So.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. ClashClansPodcast.com. Comments, questions. Go to the blog. Get us on iTunes.
All right.
Scotty, take us out.
All right. This has been Scotty and Boneyard. ClashClansPodcast.com. Thanks for listening.